In 1999, the internet was full of magic and strange and unique little things to be discovered. No algorithm, no influencers, pure, unadulterated magic. Chat rooms, AOL Instant Messenger, GeoCities and Angelfire pages with tile-patterned backgrounds, rife with animated GIFs, beveled and embossed buttons, and MIDI files that just automatically played when you opened a page. All this pulled through a 56K modem. I found this recipe in one of those places and I saved it, amongst a few others I'm sharing with you on this channel in my Elevating Recipes from Folklore via the 90s Internet series. It's called Chamomile Honey Cakes for Beltane. The original recipe doesn't include chamomile flowers or rose water, which I'm adding for some extra floral magic. Beltane is one of the great fire festivals of the Gaelic calendar, held on May Eve or May 1st, the exact midpoint between the spring equinox and the summer solstice. The name comes from Beltane, often traced to a combination of a solar deity, Belinus, and the old Irish word for fire, Chenna, the bright fire. And fire is the point. Traditionally, every hearth in a community would be extinguished, every home would go dark, and then a single sacred flame kindled by friction and by ritual would be lit, often on a hill. From that one flame, every household fire would be relit. A full reset, a collective beginning again. Isn't that so cool? We should do that. Cattle were driven between two bonfires to purify and protect them before summer grazing. Couples leapt the flames. Some entered hand fasting, a vow of a year and a day witnessed by fire itself. Beltane is not subtle. It is about warmth returning, about fertility, about the world tipping fully toward life again. And like any threshold moment, especially one involving fire, it came with offerings. The traditional Beltane food was the bannock, a simple cake cooked over flame, shared and left at thresholds, doorways, field edges, hawthorn trees, for the Ishi, the unseen, the ones who share the land whether acknowledged or not. These honey cakes exist in that lineage, because across medieval and early modern Europe, fried dough sweetened with honey and spice appears again and again, under different names in different regions, but always tied to celebration, to abundance, to moments where something shifts. This version carries wine, flour, eggs, and honey, ingredients that have been combined in roughly this way for centuries. And then there's the addition that transforms it into something unmistakably Beltane: chamomile. Chamomile is one of the oldest medicinal plants in recorded history. It comes from the Greek chamomelon, translating to apple from the ground, named for the scent released when the flowers are crushed or warmed. The ancient Egyptians associated chamomile with Ra, the sun god. They used it to cool fevers, to calm the body, to restore balance. It appears in some of the oldest medical texts we have, used in healing, in ritual, in preservation. The Greeks and Romans documented it extensively. Dioscorides wrote about it, Pliny wrote about it, Galen analyzed its properties with a precision that still echoes in modern herbalism. But what matters most here is its place in early European folk tradition. In a 10th century Anglo-Saxon manuscript known as Lachnunga, chamomile appears as one of the 9 sacred herbs. Not simply medicinal, sacred. These were plants believed to protect, to hold the boundary between health and illness, to stand quietly between what harms and what heals. And chamomile does this very gently. It calms the nervous system, settles digestion, reduces inflammation. It contains azulene, a compound released through heat responsible for its soft bitterness and its deeply grounding quality. In magical traditions, chamomile is associated with the sun, but not the harsh sun of high summer, the gentler light, early morning, the warmth that returns slowly. It's also known in old folklore as the physician of plants, said to help nearby plants recover simply by being planted among them, a plant that heals by proximity. For a festival about tending what survived winter, there really isn't a better choice. Start with your dry ingredients. Whisk together flour, sugar, cinnamon, cardamom, cloves, and salt. And add 1 tablespoon of dried chamomile flowers. I took some time to remove the stems from some of the dried flowers just to improve the texture. The dried chamomile flowers go directly into the batter. It softens as it rests. Then we have the wet ingredients. Whisk 2 eggs and half a cup of sweet white wine, Moscato or Riesling. I'm using a Moscato. Whisk until smooth, then combine with the dry ingredients just until mixed. Don't overwork it, a few lumps are fine. Add 1 teaspoon of rose water. This adds an added floral note to the recipe. Cover the batter and let it rest for 30 minutes. This will allow the gluten to relax and the texture to soften and the chamomile flowers to bloom inside the mixture. Heat a neutral oil to about 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm using avocado oil. If you don't have a thermometer, test it with a drop of batter. It should rise immediately and begin to color within seconds. Spoon the batter in, heaped tablespoons, working in small batches. Never crowd the pan. That drops the temperature, and instead of frying, they'll steam. Fry for 2 to 3 minutes per side. Watch the edges. When the color creeps halfway up, turn them. They'll puff slightly. That's the rested batter doing its job. Golden, crisp at the edges, soft in the center. Remove them and let them drain, ideally on a rack so they stay crisp. And finish them while they're still warm. A light dusting of nutmeg, just enough to deepen the warmth. Just with powdered sugar. Then, if you have them, edible flowers pressed gently into the surface, something yellow, something soft, something that belongs in the season. This is the offering gesture, the detail that makes it intentional. Serve them with honey, not just any honey, if you can, something local, something that still tastes like where it came from, because honey is quite literally preserved sunlight, collected from flowers, concentrated by thousands of small bodies, resistant to decay. In ancient cultures, honey was offered to gods, used in burial rites, made into mead, the drink of poets, of inspiration, of altered states. Beltane begins with darkness, every fire extinguished so that something new could be lit with intention. And then it becomes warmth, shared warmth, rebuilt warmth. These cakes are small, golden, floral, with chamomile, rose water, fried in oil, dipped in honey. Make them on May Eve or the morning after. Leave a few outside if you feel like it. You never know who might be passing through.